Good evening, everybody. This is Adrian VK2 ABS on behalf of the Central Coast Amateur Radio Club's Fortnightly SSTV net. This net is currently held on the VK2 RSR Wyson 2-meter repeater located in Aruba. This net is also being live streamed onto the CCARC Facebook page. Tonight's topic is what got you into amateur radio. So tonight we're going to change things up. There's going to be a new format. So this net will comprise of 4 rounds. When I call you into each round, you can talk about the topic or you can describe the image that you're going to transmit or about anything you like. In the image, you must have your call sign in it and it has to be easily viewable. After the image transmission, we'll move on to the next person in the net. So let's start off with check-ins. Are there any stations that are wishing to join the CCARC Slow Scan Television net tonight?
VK2JTV, VK2CJB, VK2LLJ, VK2BPL.
So acknowledging VK2JTV, VK2CJB, VK2LLJ, and VK2BPL. Are there any other stations that are wishing to join us tonight?
VK2NRC on the side.
Acknowledging VK2NRC on the side. So let's start off with VK2JTV Peter. How you been in the past couple of weeks and what got you into amateur radio? Please go ahead.
VK2ABS, VK2JTV. I suppose like a lot of people now, start off with CB and had a friend whose father was an amateur, so he is my friend's father got me into it basically, and I was quite impressed with the 2-meter operations he was doing at the time, and that sort of got me into it. VK2ABS, VK2JTV, and he didn't mention what mode we'll be using.
Yeah, sorry there, Peter. You can use any mode you like. Anything you like, Scotty 2, PD, any of the PD modes. Yeah, anything you like.
Okay, PD50, and if you're ready, I can send an image now. It's a locomotive, New South Wales Garrett, VK2ABS, VK2JTV.
VK2JTV, VK2ABS. Yep, you can transmit the image. VK2JTV, VK2ABS. Image came out well there, Peter. And does anybody want to comment on this image? Over.
VK2ABS, VK2CJB. Yes, came through very clearly here. Yeah, and also it's one of the faster modes. I was actually, for my transmission, I'm about to do something similar. Anyway, back to you, Adrian. VK2ABS, VK2CJB.
VK2CJB, VK2ABS. Yeah, copy that, Chris. And who else would like to comment on Peter's image?
That's Adrian, VK2BPL, beautifully received here at Edgeworth, northern tip of Lake Macquarie. Very, very well received indeed. VK2BPL.
VK2BPL, VK2ABS. Yeah, copy all of that. And thank you, Peter, for your first image, and we'll catch you in the next round. VK2CJB, Chris, how you been in the past couple of weeks, and what got you into amateur radio? Over to you.
VK2ABS and the rest of the Central Coast SSTV net, VK2CJB. Well, actually, my parents had a bit of an association with the Traralba, or West Lakes, what is now the West Lakes Amateur Radio Club. My mother was a student of Keith Howard, who was like the founder of the club, and my father, obviously, 1970s man, had a CB radio, and he actually was involved with the club there, including helping build it, before they kicked all the chicken banders out. So I, as a young child, learnt of amateur radio, but however, as I got into about 12, 13, I had a Commodore VIC-20 computer, and there was a computer magazine. Actually, my first computer magazine I ever bought with my own money had a feature on packet radio, and I was fascinated by the idea of connecting my VIC-20 up to a CB radio and communicating to other people. Of course, that wouldn't have been possible, but over the coming years, I would learn more about the packet radio set up in Australia, and yeah, basically, I got my license so I could do packet radio. I put it off a bit too long, unfortunately, because the packet scene is pretty much all dead now. But yeah, just give the go ahead, and I can send my first very appropriate image over.
VK2CJB, VK2ABS. Copy all of that, Chris. Yeah, very interesting there, Chris, how you got into amateur radio. And yep, you can transmit your image.
Okay, this is VK2CJB, switching modes to Robot 24. There, my radio did not switch into duplex mode. Just give me a second, I'll find out why that didn't happen. Over. Okay, CJB attempting number 2. VK2 ABS, VK2 CJB. Technical difficulties, I'll pass on this round. Give it over to Laura, please. VK2 ABS, VK2 CJB.
Yep, totally get it. And yeah, we'll move along to Laura. VK2LLJ, VK2ABS. How you been in the past couple of weeks, or actually in the past week? And how did you get into amateur radio? Go ahead.
VK2ABS, VK2LLJ. Good evening, Adrian and the group. Yes, I've been busy messing around with antennas. I've got a new antenna, a vertical antenna which I have on my 2-metre radio. And today got set up with getting my handheld radio set up for transmitting, for receiving pictures on this slow scan. So this is a first for me, trying to receive, and I should be okay with transmitting, but just a trial with receiving on my handheld at the moment. Yes, I visited West Lakes and got very interested in it. I went into the radio room there, and I think about one of my very first visits there, I got to talk to somebody actually in Wollongong, and I thought, wow, this is pretty good. And I just fell into it somehow. You know, just got into it. Was interested, and decided to sit for my foundation license, and here I am. Just love it. I think it's a great hobby, and I'm really enjoying it. The more I learn, the more I'm enjoying it. So hopefully by the end of the year, I hope to sit for my standard license. So that's how it goes. And my first image to send is a picture of some post office engineers demonstrating the world's first demonstration of the transmission signals over open seas. I hope you enjoy seeing it. So I'll change modes now and send this image to you. VK2ABS and the group VK2LLJ.
Yeah, interesting all of that, Laura. As you get into the hobby more, it becomes more and more interesting. Yeah, hopefully you say you're studying for your standard license there, and you're hoping to sit for the exam at the end of the year. I'm hoping to sit for my advanced license on the 20th. Our education person, Karen VK2, I think it was XY, who was doing the exams and I think regulation exams on the 20th. So I'm hopeful that I'll get a chance to go up there on the 20th and sit it. So VK2LLJ, VK2ABS, you can transmit your image. VK2LLJ, VK2ABS. Image came out fine there, Laura. No interference, no glitches or anything like that. Are there any people that are wanting to comment on this image?
VK2BPL picture was received here virtually noise-free. Very good reception of it back here over the 100-kilometre or so round trip. So very well received here. Adrian, VK2ABS and the group VK2BPL.
VK2BPL, VK2ABS. Good stuff there. And are there any is there anybody else that are wishing to comment on this image?
VK2 ABS, VK2 CJB. Oh, not really, but I mentioned that I have fixed out my problem here at the moment, so call me in at the end of the round, please.
VK2 CJB, VK2 ABS, all good there, Chris. Yeah, thank you very much, Laura, for your first image, and we'll catch you in the next few rounds. VK2 BPL, Paul, how have you been in the past couple of weeks, and yeah, how did you get into amateur radio?
Okay, Adrian, well, I've been pretty good, actually. I was in the CQ Worldwide Phone Contest on the weekend, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I absolutely love amateur radio contesting, especially CW. I love CW, but it was the phone contest last weekend, but I'm looking forward to the CW contest in a month or so's time. My cousin was Keith Howard, VK2AKX, who founded the West Lakes Radio Club back in 1963, and my mother said to me one day, "Did you know that your cousin Keith has started a radio club up the end of Railway Street, Teralba, which was about 200 or 300 metres away from where we lived?" So up I went. After I'd tried to, first thing I did was try to put my finger on top of the anode of an 807. And anybody that knows anything about valves will know that the anode of an 807 usually carries about 1,000 volts. Somebody knocked me sideways and stopped me from putting my finger on top of the 807. But from the first day at the radio club in 1963, I was hooked. Hook, line and sinker. Okay, and this is my picture, and it's a picture of the present day West Lakes Amateur Radio Club as it is now. I'm still in Teralba, but I'll be sending this in Scotty 1, so please stand by.
VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS, good stuff there, Paul. Yeah, good, interesting journey there into amateur radio. Yeah, I think at least someone at some point would touch the anode of a radio tube or vacuum tube, how you want to call it, and yeah, and the nasty shock that you get from it. Yeah, I have experienced that with one of my, well, not anymore, but yeah, with one of my older radios that I used to have. So yeah, thank you very much for that, and yep, you can transmit your image. VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS. Image came out fine there, Paul. Yeah, I did hear a sort of a glitch at the beginning. Tried to transmit, but somehow failed. But yeah, all good now. There is a line of interference at the top, but yeah, it doesn't really obstruct anything. Are there any people that are wishing to comment on this image? And I hear no one. Okay. So let's move along to VK2. Oh wait, yeah, VK2. And I see Bob. He said he was just going to be on the side, so yeah, that's all good. So right now I'm going to transmit one of my own images. Yeah, this is an image of one of the puppies that we are going to keep. We have already named him Diesel, and yeah, he looks pretty cute in this image. So this is VK2 ABS switching modes. To comment on my transmission.
VK2 ABS, VK2 CJB, or an adorable dude. Yes, image came through 100%. VK2 CJB, over.
Yeah, VK2BPL, beautiful picture, Adrian, and you must really love the puppies there, and little cutie there. No noise on the signal, just beautiful clear picture, Adrian. VK2 ABS, VK2 BPL.
VK2 CJB and VK2 BPL. Copy all of that, and yeah, thanks for all that. Yeah, he's an odd one out of the other puppies. Yeah, all the other ones kind of look like Romeo, and this one is just the odd one out, and he looks the cutest. So, thanks for all that, and let's move along to the top of the list for the second round. MVK2JTV. Peter, would you like to transmit your second image?
VK2 ABS, VK2JTV. Okay, next one is the same locomotive, but a number of years later, and also my different location. Actually, it's outside the house here at Medlow Bar. VK2 JTV sending PD 50.
VK2JTV, VK2ABS. Image came out perfectly there, Peter, and no fuzz or any interference. Are there any people that are wanting to comment on this image?
VK2LLJ, VK2ABS, VK2LLJ. Yes, I received that. A little bit of noise where I am here, but it came through so that I can see it clearly. I received your puppy picture very well too, Adrian. I actually changed over from my handheld, receiving by my handheld, to the 2-meter Kenwood radio, and I'm pretty sure I'm receiving them a lot better. Back to you, Adrian. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
VK2LLJ. Yeah, copy that, Laura. Yeah, good stuff there. And thank you, VK2JTV Peter, for your second image, and we'll catch you in the next 2 rounds. VK2CJB Chris, would you like to transmit your second image?
VK2ABS, VK2CJB. Just a second, I'll just turn this other radio down a bit. At the end of last week, you sort of asked about what happened there. You asked about potential future high-resolution modes. Something to possibly look into are the WeatherFax modes, which the software FLDigi can manage. FLDigi is available for Windows, Mac, and Linux, and people usually use it for Ricky or Olivia or those sorts of modes, but it also handles WeatherFax as well. And I could recommend looking at VK3AML's YouTube channel, which has recently had a few examples of transmitting WeatherFax. It generally do very high resolution grayscale images, as you would expect of facsimile mode. Anyway, for my next image, could be called an informational. It's me trying to cram as much text as possible into an image, describing an antenna build. I'll be transmitting this in PD290, which should just fit into the 5-minute timeout of this repeater. This is a fairly big one, so this will make up for my past round not making it, I think. Anyway, VK2ABS, VK2CJB, waiting for the all clear.
CJB, VK2ABS, you have the all clear.
VK2ABS, VK2CJB. I tested it on another frequency and it worked. It's not seemed going through this time for some reason. Just one more attempt, please. VK2ABS, VK2CJB. I think I have to pack it in. Something's going wrong here. I've checked cables and everything, and anyway, VK2ABS, VK2CJB.
Yeah, VK2CJB, VK2ABS, all good there, Chris. Yeah, hardware malfunction somewhat. Yeah, all good there, and yeah, if does somehow start to work in the next round, and then maybe. Yeah. Anyways, Chris, yeah, we'll catch you next round. VK2LLJ, would you like to send your second image?
VK2 VK2 ABS and Group, CK2 LLJ. My next image is my little pup. She's not so little now, but this is a photograph of her when she was about 6 weeks old. She was a cute little puppy, but she's now a big girl. She's now nearly 7. So this is Sheba as a puppy. VK2 ABS VK2 LLJ, and I'll be sending this Scotty 1. Please stand by.
And VK2 LLJ, VK2 ABS. Image came out fine there, Laura. A few spots of interference, but didn't really affect anything. And would there any? Well, let me just rephrase that. Is there anybody wanting to comment on this image?
VK2BPL, beautifully received here, Adrian, and that is very rare. A few spots on it here, but Sheba would be the spoilest dog in Toronto, if not Newcastle. Absolutely ruined. Okay, thanks for that, Laura. Back to you, Adrian. VK2 ABS, VK2BPL.
VK2BPL, VK2 ABS. Copy of that. Is there anybody else wanting to comment on this image? And nothing received. Thank you very much, Laura, for your second image of a cute Shiba puppy, and we'll catch you in the next 2 rounds. VK2BPL, Paul, would you like to transmit your second image?
Yeah, thanks, Adrian. And despite the fact that Laura said she was going to transmit in Scotty 1, it actually came in PD 50. So you've got to actually select the mode there, Laura. Okay, next one's in Scotty 1, and it's a picture of Lord Howe Island from the air. So please stand by, VK2BPL.
Beep, beep. VK to BPL, VK to ABS. A very nice image there, Paul. Yeah, it came out perfectly. I do see a tiny bit of interference at the top, but barely noticeable. Are there any people that are wanting to comment on this image?
VK2 ABS, VK2 LLJ. That image came out perfectly, Paul. Great. That was a great picture. Seems that my vertical, my multi-band vertical antenna is doing a good job. Okay, then back to you, Adrian. VK2 ABS and Group, VK2 LLJ.
VK2 CJB, I have returned, if I could be asked in.
VK2 LLJ and VK2 CJB. This is VK2 ABS. Copy all of that, Laura. Good stuff there. And Chris, VK2 CJB. You have returned. Good stuff there as well. Yeah, are there any other people that are wishing to comment on this image? And nothing heard. Good there. I'm going to transmit my image now. It is a image of a banana dog. Yeah, it's a random image that I've had on my computer for a while now, and I just thought, why not transmit it on here? So I'm going to be transmitting this in Martin 1, and yeah, hopefully received well. This is VK2 ABS switching modes. That are wishing to comment on this image.
VK2 ABS, VK2 LLJ. I love it, Adrian. Not a sausage dog, but a banana dog. Yeah, that's very cute. Very well done, and really well received. Back to you, Adrian. VK2 ABS, VK2 LLJ.
VK2 LLJ, VK2 ABS. Thanks for that, and copy that. Yeah, as I said, it's a random image I found on my laptop, and yeah, just thought, why not transmit it? Are there any other people that are wishing to comment on the banana dog?
Okay, to BPL, yes, perfect Adrian. No noise and just perfect image.
VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS. Copy that, Paul. Good stuff. Here we'll hit the bottom of the list, and let's move along to the third round, starting with VK2 JTV. Peter, would you like to transmit your third image?
VK2 ABS, VK2 JTV, and all images have been received here very well tonight. Very little noise on any of them, but all well received. And this is another steam locomotive, well known by everyone, 3801. Also at the back of the house here at Medlow Bath. VK2 ABS, VK2 JTV switching to PD 50.
VK2 JTV, VK2 ABS. Image came out through here. Came well. Ugh, let me just rephrase that. The image was received well here. No interference or anything. And yep, all good. Are there any people that are wanting to comment on this image?
VK2 ABS and Group, VK2 LLJ. Yes, that was received well here at Toronto. Good picture. Back to you, Adrian.
Yeah, copy that. Laura, are there any other people that are wanting to comment on this image?
VK2 BPL, great picture, Peter, and 3801 also used to scream past our place at Teralba there. As I said before, we used to live in Railway Street, Teralba, and it was on the main northern railway line, so often used to see and feel and hear the 3801 going past there. Thanks for that, Peter. Back to you, Adrian.
VK2 ABS. VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS. Copy that, Paul, and thanks for the feedback. Let's move along to VK2 CJB. Chris, would you like to transmit your, first image?
VK2 ABS, VK2 CJB. Well, I can only try. Anyway, this will be a reattempt of what was to be my second image. I'll pass on the first one. It was just a sort of small pixel art pic. Again, this is a PD 290. Excuse me, mosquitoes. Mosquito flew in my throat. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here. Anyway, I'm about to transmit my next image. VK2 CJB, changing modes. What what the hell is going on. No, I actually just tested it 3 times before then, and it worked, and yeah, I clicked the button and it didn't. Just one more attempt, please. Just a moment, I'll switch the radio into simplex and I'll put it onto the input frequency. VK2 CJB, I'm going to bail for the rest of the evening, sorry, and I had all those images prepared too. VK2 CJB, going clear.
VK2 CJB, VK2 ABS. Well, yeah, that's unfortunate there, Chris. Yeah, the repeater must not like you this evening. Yeah, anyways, thanks for checking in tonight. At least you did check in and have a quick talk with us, and yeah, hope you have a good evening, and we'll catch you next time. 7-3's there, Chris. Now let's move along to VK2LLJ. Laura, would you like to transmit your, I think, third image? Go ahead.
VK2ABS and group VK2LLJ. My next image is a H-4 Hercules plane. It's the largest flying boat ever built until 2019, and it's held the record for the largest wingspan. It's known as the Spruce Goose, and it was entirely built from birchwood. Please stand by while I change modes. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
No. Yeah, VK2LLJ, VK2ABS. Image came out fine there, Laura. There is a glitch line down at the bottom, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, very interesting image there, Laura. And is there anybody wanting to comment on this image?
VK2BPL, a little bit noisier than the previous transmissions, Laura, to me. But as Adrian said, little glitch to the bottom there. I've sent it through to you on Messenger, so you should be able to see it on Messenger, Laura. But good picture anyway. Thank you, Adrian. VK2ABS with the group VK2BPL.
VK2BPL, VK2ABS. Yeah, copy that. Paul, is there anybody else wanting to comment on this image? And nothing heard. That's all good. Let's move along to VK2BPL. Paul, would you like to transmit your third image?
Yeah, thanks, Adrian. VK2ABS and the group VK2BPL. Well, this picture is the last surviving Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel from the Second World War. The Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels were the Papua New Guineans who greatly assisted the Australians on the Kokoda Trail and throughout the New Guinea campaign. They were in World War II, and this is a picture of the last surviving one who's unfortunately passed away now, but he was the last one to go. So please stand by. VK2BPL in Scotty 1.
Banana net. VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS. Image came out perfectly there, Paul. And is there anybody wishing to comment on this image?
VK2ABS and Group, VK2LLJ. Yes, it was received here at Blackwell's Park. Perfect, Paul. A great picture. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
And VK2J, VK2 ABS. Copy that. Is there anybody else wanting to comment on this image? And nothing heard. All good. So I'm going to transmit my third image here. It is a photo of the Sydney Opera House with the Harbour Bridge right next to it. And this image was taken in June of this year. It was taken on a ferry where we were coming back from Manly in June, and yeah, we thought might as well take a nice photo of them. So yeah, I'm going to transmit this in Scotty 1. Yeah, this is VK2 ABS changing modes. Are there any comments on my image?
VK2ABS and Group VK2LLJ. Yes, that image came out okay. A few little noise marks on mine here, but it's a great picture. I haven't seen the bridge and the Opera House in one picture like that. You know, covering the water, the sky, beautiful sky with those clouds. Yeah, lovely picture there, Adrian. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
VK2LLJ, VK2ABS. Yeah, copy all that, and yeah, thank you very much for that, Laura. It was a nice night. It was just about to rain, and yeah, I think those were rain clouds there. Are there any other people that are wanting to comment on this image?
VK2BPL, perfect copy here, Adrian. No noise whatsoever on the signal, and quite a beautiful picture. Thanks very much.
Yeah, copy that, Paul. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, we're going to head into the fourth and final round. So I'm going to do a quick call out. Are there any stations that are wishing to join the CCARC slow scan television tonight? Yeah, nothing received. Okay, let's move it along to the fourth and final round for tonight, and let's start it off with VK2JTV. Peter, any last thoughts, comments, or questions about tonight's net?
VK2ABS, VK2JTV. Excellent photograph from the ferry, and a difficult one to get actually, because you're at the mercy of the schedule of the ferry. And excellent shot, and came out very well, no noise at all. It's another one at 3801, actually at Blackheath. So once again in PD50, VK2 JTV switching to digital.
Here VK2JTV, VK2ABS. Image received well there, Peter. No interference or anything like that. Are there any comments on this image?
VK2LLJ, yes, it came through here perfect. No blemishes whatsoever. Perfectly clear picture. Very colourful. Very nice. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
JVK2ABS. Copy that, Laura. Is there anybody else wanting to comment on this image?
VK2BPL also basically echoing Laura's sentiments there, Peter. Very well received here. A little bit of noise on the picture, but 98%. I would give it 98% out of 100. Very good. Very well received. There, Peter. Back to you, Adrian. VK2 ABS with the group VK2BPL.
VK2BPL, VK2ABS, copy that, Paul. Okay, let's move along to VK2LLJ, Laura. Any last thoughts, comments, or questions about tonight's net?
Yes, thank you for running the net there, Adrian. It's been very, very enjoyable. I love these slow scan TV nets and really enjoyed it, and thank you, Adrian. This next one of mine is for a group of silly galahs sitting on a bird bath. So not much to say about it. Just five of them, five galahs. Just changing modes. And thanks again, 7 degrees to everybody. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
BBD. VK2LLJ, VK2ABS, image received alright there, Laura. There is a bit of interference on the image. I can still see some of the cockatoos there, and yeah, received well. Are there any people wanting to comment on the image?
VK2BPL, conditions appear to have deteriorated a little bit there. Quite speckly reception there. Laura, as you would see on the messenger photo I sent through to you. But nice topic there, and nice to see the bird bath or the bird drinking place there set up in the backyard, which reminds me I have to go and feed my possum pretty soon, and my cats. So back to you, Adrian. VK2ABS, VK2BPL in the group.
Yeah, VK2BPL, VK2ABS. Copy that, Paul, and yeah, we'll move it along to you there, Paul. Any last thoughts, comments, or questions about tonight's net?
Thanks, Adrian. VK2BPL. I think Peter, VK2JTV, can get into Westlake's VK2RTZ repeater there on 775. I think I've seen his call sign with slow scan up there before, but if you can, he may wish to join in on Tuesday nights there at 7 o'clock for the Westlakes slow scan session. There, Laura is the master of ceremonies for that there, so if you are able to get into it, Peter, and you'd be most welcome to join in the crew there on 775. Okay, my last picture is also of well, it's one bird who thinks he's two birds looking at his reflection in the water, so stand by please for Scotty 1.
VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS. Image came out perfectly there. Paul. No interference or any glitches in the image, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, does anybody wanting to comment? Ugh, let me just rephrase that. Is there anybody wanting to comment on this image?
BK2ABS and Group BK2LLJ. Yes, I love that topic there. Great picture. He looks as though he's thinking, "Oh, is that really me down there?" Yeah, love the picture. Came out very well here. Yep, great picture there, Paul. VK2 ABS, VK2 LLJ.
VK2 LLJ, VK2 ABS. Copy that, Laura, and yeah, thanks for that. So I'm going to transmit my final 7.3 image here, and in this image it is a photo of the original George Pete river ferry that was established in 1844 before the original Pete's Ferry Bridge was built. This is down at Mooney Point. Back then it was known as Pete's Point, and yeah, this was before Pete's Ferry Bridge or the Freeway Bridge was ever built. So yeah, this is VK2 ABS transmitting in Scotty 2. Is there anybody wanting to comment on my image there?
BK2ABS and Group BK2LLJ. That is a fantastic photograph there, Adrian. Love it. And it came out perfectly clear here at Blackwolf Park. Great photo. Love it. VK2ABS, VK2LLJ.
very well received here, Adrian, and that Hawkesbury River there was the main reason, wasn't it, that slowed down the ability of the colony in Sydney to break out to the north, to Newcastle and further north in New South Wales there. They had to drive down to Putty, I think was the closest crossing point that they could get vehicles and so forth across the Hawkesbury there. So that's a great picture there, Adrian. And just before you close, I'd like to ask you a question after Peter's sent his transmission there. So if you can just hang around for a sec. VK2ABS with the group VK2BPL.
VK2BPL, VK2ABS. Copy all that. Copy all that, Paul. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the closest crossing was Putty Road, and yeah, they went through Wiseman's Ferry then, which was a bit closer, and then George P. established the ferry crossing, I think in the 1840s or 50s, somewhere around there. And also, what was the question there, Paul?
Okay, I was just wondering what the Central Coast Radio Club's attitude is towards us sending slow scan pictures for practice purposes outside of the net times. Laura today particularly was attempting to get the best combination of equipment for tonight's session, and we hope we weren't standing on any toes or breaking with any protocol by sending not a great many, but just test transmissions through this repeater there. I wonder if you could just make a comment on what the Central Coast Radio Club's attitude is towards it there, Adrian, over.
VK2 BPL, VK2 ABS. Awesome question there, Paul. Yep, you can absolutely transmit any SSTV image you want on the repeaters. Yeah, you have to identify what you're transmitting, and yeah, obviously your call sign as well. I don't think we can transmit on the Wyson repeater, the repeater that we're on, out of net times, mainly because I think the Wyson group has only allowed us to do it within these net times. So yeah, I'm not really sure on that, but yeah, good question there though. So yeah, this is VK2ABS closing the net off at 8:50 p.m. Yeah, thanks everyone who has joined the net tonight. They are VK2JTV Peter, VK2CJB Chris, VK2LLJ Laura, VK2BPL Paul, and VK2NRC Bob, who was listening. Yeah, thank you everyone who has joined, and thank you to everyone who is currently watching on the CCARC Facebook live stream. Yeah, the live stream has been refreshed and has been given a new look, and it looks a bit less cluttered. And hopefully everyone has enjoyed the new format of the net. I have taken some inspiration from the Westlakes SSTV net. And I believe the old format was a bit boring, and we didn't get that much time to transmit any images. So yeah, hopefully this new format is much better. And upcoming events are the CCARC General Business Meeting, which is happening tomorrow at 1 p.m. All visitors are welcomed, only if you have your vaccination certificate and if you're double vaxxed. Also, the CCARC Weekly Thursday Net is happening next week at 8 o'clock on the VK2 RAG repeater. Yeah, this is VK2 ABS closing the net and returning the repeater back to general purpose and or emergency use. This is VK2 ABS out.